I've been dreaming about it. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about making love before we get lost. Never felt like this before. I apologize for moving too fast. Check this out, right? How y'all doing? So listen. I don't want to argue. I'm not gonna dish you. I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm gonna do what a lot of other content creators won't do. I'm gonna have a conversation where I'm not trying to win an argument. I'm not trying to be boastful. I'm not trying to act bigger than you. This sounds like a genuine call out. This sounds like, and I want to know if it's genuine. This sounds like genuine people that used to support me, that is now saying that I'm some sort of hypocrite. So if that's the case, I don't mind having a conversation with you, unless you are a lying son of a beep, and this is all cap. Then I say hit the link and let's have the conversation. Because this Anton Daniels thing, I get it. I told y'all, it's all about who we like. So immediately, when you hear things about somebody that you like, you don't know how to separate. Most people don't know how to separate their feelings. So they begin to divide the room based on who said something about who they like, who was on their side, who was on this, even to the point where some people will disrespect you, and some people will just ask a question. And maybe this was just a statement by these two people, but this is not me trying to put Henry Cardwell or let's talk about it on the spot. So with a name like Let's Talk About It, we should be able to talk about it. And this is how it works. If any one of you guys hit the link, I'm not going to uh, even say anything other than a hello, how you doing? And then after that hello, how you doing? I'm going to put my mic on mute, and then you could tell me what it is that I was saying before and what it is that I'm saying now that makes me a hypocrite. Let's talk about it. Because I've seen Henry Cardwell and I've seen Let's Talk About It in the chat of a junkie who talks about my children, but now their stop button is at. See, this is where you find out who people really are. See, they don't like me as much as they like Corey, so it's okay if a junkie talk about my children, but now if Corey's children get spoke about, then it's a problem. You know. So all I'm saying is, for those people, you got "Let's Talk About It" in your title. So let's talk about it. Tell me, and this is what people don't do. They make statements in your chat, even though I can pull the hypocrisy up in those people, but they'll make statements and say you're hypocritical, but then they won't come up and talk to you about whatever that's you're being hypocritical about. Instead of them hiding their hand and tucking their tail, they just don't like that I gave a fair critique of Anton and I gave a fair critique of Corey. They just lean more towards Corey being wrong and more towards Anton being right, so that they want me and my commentary to match whatever it is that they feel and they believe. So now that it's not a match, now I must be wrong. I must be a hypocrite because I said they both were wrong. I've called out things that Anton should have done and should have said as a Christian. They know it to be true. And I can find Bible verses to back up what I'm saying. Hell, I even played the video of a gentleman that knew every Bible verse, played it for you. That wasn't good enough because your love for this man. And that's how people are. They're tribalistic now. It's all about who we like. And when you bring them on stage to have a conversation, all they have is insults because you hurt their feelings because you don't agree with who they like. That I saw this a week ago. I said, no, this is not going to end well. You're a dude with a family and a kids. How you going to go around matching energy? I said that already. You ain't going to be able to do that. That's stupid. You're going to bring things your way that's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. And as a man, as a provider, you guys got it bass ass backwards on what manhood is. Manhood is walking away. You telling me that I'm a hypocrite when I can show you a direct email from when niggas was saying, "Hey, you want to play in traffic?" And my son was living with me at the time. In real life, I said no. Even though on the internet, I'm telling him, "I'll beat your ass by yourself," though. I'm still standing on business on where I'm willing to go. I'm not faking and fraudulating like I'm willing to match everybody's energy. I'm not. I said, if you come by yourself, I'll put you to bed, or you're going to have to put me to bed. But he changed the narrative. He said, do you want to play in traffic? I didn't say because I felt this traffic. That would have been me matching his energy. Or if I'm going to get extra disrespectful, I would have said, we're going to play in traffic, and I'm going to bring it to your doorstep. That would have been disrespectful. That's matching somebody's energy and going up. But no, I kept it like a man supposed to. And I said, no, I don't want to play in no motherfucking traffic. My son be in my car. Because that's what a man's supposed to do. You don't think about you, you think about the things around you first. As a man, you let the male ego get in the way, we'll kill each other all day, every day. When a man has a responsibility of a wife, of a family, of kids, then those things must be first before you engage in conflict. But that's the side of the game that the people that you're looking up to didn't teach you. See, I could have stayed on camera. I could have stayed talking shit to Gil, and I could have perpetuated that nonsense and that ignorance, and you guys would have been watching. I could have been on camera. I could have hung out with brothers and hung out with a couple of niggas that from some small towns that don't give a fuck about nothing. I know some dudes from small all they want to do is hang out and go to the club. And they'll tear that bitch down for a nigga. But, people talk tough on the internet, and that's cool. But if I was to go that route, I know there's a cost to pay. If I go that route, somebody can get caught. Somebody can say, well, Kwame orchestrated all this shit. And then now I'm away from my kids, all because of my ego. You know, somebody can get really hurt, and all because of my ego. Yeah, suck my D, and then let's finish having the conversation. Yeah, it's weird energy, man. You better learn to respect a man and respect a man's mind. You men that's moving around weird because you're starting to elevate yourselves and you're making a lot of money. That's the time that you get more quiet. That's the time that you stay more focused on your purpose. That's the time you chill out even more. because all that's going to do is take away from you. You start making enemies out of people on a street level, and then now you can't move around like you want to. It's crazy. Talk like a street nigga a week ago, and then now this week is, oh, I can't believe it. I'm so shocked at the community. No, I'm so shocked at you. Kwame Watts behavior. That's why I said, where was the God in that? Where was the Christian in that? When you say, I'm a Christian first, that comes with a code of conduct. That comes with a behavior. You ain't out to get revenge. God fight your battles, don't he? Don't God fight your battles? No, you started walking in the world and started saying, I'm gonna match energy of worldly men. So you are no better. And that needs to be called out. You said you don't give a fuck about what nobody thinking about, but you start talking like the world. Oh, these people thought I was gonna get punked. They thought I was gonna lose. Well, you did lose. Cause now your daughter is to have all kind of mental issues. These are your words, not mine, because of what someone said online. You're the Christian man, but your daughter is worried about what people said online. So you can't just sell me a bill of goods. Your actions and your behaviors was full on display. And every time when Anton has been pushed and provoked, he failed the test. The dude told him, you ain't no player. You don't know nothing about no women. What did he do? He sounded like the world. I got 6, 7 bitches that'll finesse you out your socks right now. That's what Anton said. Where's the God in that? I got 6, 7 bitches finesse you out your shoes right now. Yeah, that's real God like. Y'all play with God. Y'all use him when it benefits you. And then when it's time for you to show and stand on it, is just because I love the Lord, that don't mean I ain't no punk. That ain't what the fucking Bible said. You niggas want to be Christians half a day and then fake street niggas half the other day. It don't make you no punk because you think about your wife and your children first. You think I feel like a punk because I told a 40-something-year-old man, no, I don't want to play in traffic. I got kids in here. You think I feel like a punk? No, I feel smarter than a motherfucker. I'm not making the same decisions that I made in my 20s as I would in my 40s. If we was in my 20s, bitch, let's get silly. I'm gonna send my son home. I'm gonna find somebody else to drive him. Bitch, let's get stupid. I was slow. In my 40s, I know better. And y'all want to give passes for a grown ass man just because he talks smart and he acts smart, but he did some dumb ass shit. Your wife and your kid is your responsibility. And how you conduct yourself out here definitely will affect your children. And if you're gonna be out here talking, you gotta soldier your kids up. He don't have kids spread out. Your kid in your house. So your kid should have your ideology. My kid, my daughter that I raised up with me, they don't give a fuck about what nobody talking about. The whole world can. Now I don't know about now because they living with their mama. They could be a little more sensitive. But I used to train my daughters up that fuck them. You about to be tall. You gonna be dark skinned. You gonna be all these things. If somebody say you look good for a black girl, get the fuck away from them. You look good for any goddamn girl. If they want to put you in a box for this, for that, get away from them. There's other people that's gonna see your true beauty, and they're not gonna put it in a box. The man said he wanted to match motherfucking energy, and then a day after a nigga gave him some new energy, he said, "Oh shit, I quit." So you should stay in your fucking lane. I was right the whole damn time. For those of you that's on the fucking computer sitting up here taking sides based on who talk gooder than a bitch online, that's what you get. That's why I didn't sit up here and act like I'm some fucking messiah. I said in real life though, in real life you can lose. This ain't no motherfucking video game. In real life I can lose. This ain't no computer game that motherfuckers playing with. And Anton is no motherfucking victim. He's called other people kids dirty and stank. And I'm gonna show it to you in a minute. I'm gonna go in my main page where he was talking to a man's daughter, where he was talking about Israelites. You can have your opinion about people and their religion and all that, but you ain't gotta call dudes stank and dusty and dirty. Who gives you a right to talk like that to people? And then now when your energy get met by somebody that don't give a fuck, now it's woe is me. Now it's let's crank up the lawyers and let's get sympathy. I want to see what you hypocrites say when I show you the video of Anton talking about somebody else's child while y'all up here condemning Corey. See, that's why I know a lot of people don't stand on shit. I came out and said, okay, it was wrong for Corey to bring up his kids. But I know what's going to happen when you in battle with a grown man. They going to bring up your woman. They going to bring up your kid. Whoever told you that no women, no kid, that day is over. They lied to you. Y'all want to play with grown men that you not willing to do what they do. That's stupid to me. There's some niggas out here that's just like the suicide bombers. They not gonna play. They gonna sink. Especially it's some dudes that just see you and see where you from, and they just gonna go full steam ahead at you. Cause they know once they heard you say you not willing to go to jail, they gonna put you in a situation where you gotta go to jail for it. They gonna catch you coming out of church, catch you in the supermarket where you just chilling. They gonna catch you somewhere. And you just said you wasn't willing to go to jail for it. If you think just because somebody run up on you in a supermarket that you get a chance to bust a gun on the United States of America streets and you might not go to jail, there's a potential that both of y'all going to motherfucking jail. These dudes like Anton and One Eye Tadpole came on as righteous and activists, but get some money and turn into what they said, what they want to be hood niggas. Exactly. I'm just telling you, this shit crazy. Y'all gonna run up on the wrong person with all this. I'm matching your energy shit, and then I'm telling you, these dudes that's in the streets, they take that shit personal. You up here done made it, you successful, and they struggling. They take that shit personal. They know you not good. They know you not built like them. They know you won't shoot that thing in a bank, in a fucking in a grocery store, in front of a school. They're gonna shoot it in front of all of those places. You not. And if you ain't gonna do that, watch your mouth. No, Nathan, this for them, Nathan. I don't. You always hitting the goddamn link. Come on. Man, 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 man. Can y'all hear me? Sorry about that, y'all. I had to fix something if y'all can hear me. I had to put out fire. Lord Jesus, there's a fire. Oh man, if y'all can hear me. It looked like y'all can hear me. I had to put a fire out. Let me crank this damn thing up. Hey man, did these people enter the chat so we can have this conversation or no, man? I know they might have got away. They may have gotten away. They may have gotten away, man. Let me roll this window up. I couldn't even get out the car. Checking these emails and all that shit. Had you nervous. What you nervous for, Nate? Don't be nervous, Nate. One thing I know about them, these devils don't want no blue Bibles thrown at them. That's the one thing I do know. They said Anton was on the phone. No, none of them came. Oh man, that's crazy. They want to call people names and then don't even hit the chat when people say pull up. Come on, man, that's crazy work, man. We supposed to be brothers, man. We got to be better as a people. We got to be able to talk to one another, people. If you're gonna call me out, that's cool, man. You got to be able to talk to one another and no excuses. It can't be no, oh no, man. I know I can't say nothing to him. I know he gonna yell at me. I know he gonna over talk me. Why don't you try something new? I just said that I was gonna let you speak. I was gonna say, good evening. How you doing? You go ahead and speak first. Tell me where I was hypocritical, and then I'll step in and I'll respond. That's it. That's all. Can we do that? Can we do that? Because I respect the people that I'm around, and I know people that try to hurt people that I'm around. Get what I did? I started cutting my camera off. I stopped doing YouTube around people just because I don't want people to attack people. And the people I'm around know full well that it can still potentially happen. And we've all accepted that. Because they don't have a real argument. Yeah, I know. That's why they just gonna attack me. You know, that's crazy. They in damn D chat watching people, these same two people right here, they be in that junkie chat. They be everywhere where people talking about kids, but then they want to say that it's wrong when somebody else do it. I'm being a hypocrite. These be the cowards that never show up in your chat when you want to have a conversation. They show up after the live over with and get their shit off. Yeah, they show up after the live over with and get their shit off. Show up when it's live right now, so we can have a conversation. Show us right now live on Wax. Let's have a conversation. No, you can't do that. Well, then I don't want to hear it then. And then now they know where to be found. Crickets. Crickets. And because it was such a long gap in this live, let me get my computer out and let me get ready to go to my other live. I'm gonna go to my other live while we on this live, and we gonna show you why you don't play with fire because you can get burned. Why you don't sit up here and disrespect other people's children, and then people in your chat room get to be hypocritical. Post the link again. Somebody in the chat. Hey, this link ain't for Nathan. Goddamn raspy voice ass. This ain't for you, Nathan. This for the people that's on this chat talking shit. Cause I want the people that are detractors to come up and explain the shit talking. Explain the name calling. Nah, you know Nathan be the first one on the link. And that's my dog, but right now we looking for the detractors. It ain't no diss. We just looking for the detractors. And if they don't show up, then they don't show up. He told me he want to hold a stranger accountable. But then when you try to have a conversation about what they saying, they don't show up. Just show up. Show up. Yeah, let's be direct, Mr. Anton. What? No, we want Anton to hit the bigger link. You were fair on both sides. That's what I thought. I'm like, man, Corey ain't have to say the man was kissing white people ass. But, Corey was looking at him like he ain't hood, he ain't black. He said that to him. Anton said what he said to him. Corey didn't act like a Neanderthal. He said, hey, don't say that sucking D thing to me. That was an opportunity for Anton not to act like a street cat, but to say, hey, then don't tell me to kiss ass. That's an easy conversation. Don't tell me to kiss ass then if you don't want me to tell you that you suck D. As wrong as it is. If he felt offended by it, that was his opportunity to let him know. Nah, let's take it outside. I'm gonna show the video of Anton disrespecting kids on my other live. I'm about to do that right now. I'm setting this up right now because I want it on the big stage for everybody that cry and everybody that say. Because I want people to really see what they gonna say when they see Anton acting in kind. Are they still gonna say, "Oh, kids off limits"? Because he was talking about somebody's kids, and I have the video, and I'm not gonna make you wait. I'm just gonna have a 5-minute run off. Hold on. I'm typing it in right now. And I guarantee you, the very ones that's calling me hypocrites, they ain't gonna say Jack Judy about this. They ain't gonna say, well, there you have it. He got the energy that he gave out. There you have it. He got the energy that he gave out. No, y'all ain't gonna say that. Y'all gonna come up with a goddamn on excuse. Y'all gonna come up with a excuse. Y'all stay in the comment section talking trash. I dropped the link, but y'all stay in the comment section. That's a shame. Y'all listen to somebody say the weirdest shit in the world. I match energy. What? Man, this guy's out here that a boy, look at here. They showed enough absolutely nuts. You think I'm finna go around here looking to match the energy of some people that are absolutely mentally ill? Some people that say they gonna die about it and it be about stupid stuff. You think I'm trying to waste my life matching those people energy? You got to be crazy. Now on the internet, that sound good. All the people that was cheering that on, oh yeah. Then or Corey gave him a different type of energy. Now, you know what? I don't want to match energy now. I ain't matching no energy now. Can we all just? I'm ashamed of us as a community. Oh, now you us now. You were just saying black people act like this, black people act like that. So you know how black people act. You grew up in the hood, eh? First thing a nigga say, you better watch your mouth or I'll F your B. You know how Negroes act, but now y'all talking about, oh, ain't no, you ain't supposed to bother no woman. What? That's the main thing I be soldiering women up around me. Look, girl, niggas that don't like me, they gonna be the main ones trying to get in your britches. Now, if you they real nice too. Now you want to have sex with every nigga that don't like me, then go out here and think you popping. Go out here and think you popping. What the hell? Can't be in the comments and now won't engage. You can't set boundaries of beef. Oh yeah, they gonna set boundaries. They want to have wives and families, and then sit up here talking about I'm gonna match the energy of a Neanderthal, and then call yourself smart after that. You gonna match the energy of somebody that you define as a Neanderthal, but you the smart one. That is fucking dumb. Now he done turned into a white lady. I'm gonna sue. Right. Why are they coming for you? You don't have anything to do with this. They need to talk to Corey. If they got a problem, these some fools won't say nothing to Charleston White when he talk about wild about everybody. Yeah, when Charleston White say that, they be like, boy, Unc speaking the truth. They love Charleston White. He would talk about people kids. I'm like, yo, this little clown talking about people kids. Guess what they were saying? Quit crying. Unc speaking the truth. Stop all that crying. Unc speaking the truth. They love Unc, and Unc talk about people kids. This motherfucker, Anton Daniels, would pay him a bag to come on his show after he talked about Gilly the Kid kids, after he talked about everybody kids. But now it's my daughter. Man, he gonna lose that lawsuit. Man, you done paid Charleston White to come on your platform, and he done said crazy thing about people kids. So where's your morals? Where's your morals really stand? Is it kids off limits, or you'll pay for it as long as it ain't your kid? You'll platform somebody that's talking about people kids and smile and kick it with them. You'll platform a man that'll grape somebody's child in jail. You'll platform him. This man grape other men in prison. Unwillingly grape people. Would you platform a rapist of women? No. You okay with a man that graped other men? You okay with that? You paid this man to sit on your platform. They graped that man graped other people's children, gave psychological damage to other men and themselves, and you was up there laughing with them. Y'all thought that was cool then. He up there laughing with a man that did the most despicable thing you can ever do to another man, which is take his manhood. You up there laughing and kickling with a guy that destroyed somebody else's son's backside and mentality, but you okay with that. You platform a man that will talk about anybody's child, mother, dead people, whoever. You pay for that as long as it's a bag behind it, but then when it's your daughter, you want everybody to feel bad. Well, quite frankly, I don't. I'm sorry, I'm that type. I see everything from the real perspective. If this is what you're going to engage in, I wouldn't pay Charleston White to walk to the corner store for me. I'm not paying somebody that's going to, I don't even want that Negro around me. You paying people that's talking about things that's gonna bring death and drama to your life. So I didn't change at all. And I would love for anybody to come up here and tell me to change. And the link is in the chat. You think Anton can win this lawsuit? We'll see. Anton participated. Anton paid for men that done talked about other people's children. Anton himself done talked about other people's children. He should go home and apologize to his daughter, apologize to his wife, and stop talking like that. It's a public goddamn photo. Corey Holcomb was wrong for it, but it's nothing. What you gonna sue him over? You engaged with this man. You was vulgar with this man. What are you gonna sue him over? Nah, it won't let me select the category. This is strange. This is strange. Copy my title. Come on and check it again. Put my title back. Paste. Okay, there we go. Everything changed. That's all it took. That's all it took. How he pulled her from school and she just got bullied. Corey literally just talked about it. Yeah, he pulled her from school. He pulled her from everything. I'm like, that man went live in the middle of the night. He's just trying to get sympathy. That man went live in the middle of the night, went the fuck off, and now already she being. I thought Corey was a Neanderthal. It must be a lot of Neanderthals if they talk about your daughter like that. But I still put the onus on the man. He didn't have to engage with Corey like that. Corey looking at him like, you sure? And I'm still saying I wouldn't have done that. I would definitely not have done that. If you put my daughter up, then maybe. But I'm not just gonna go straight to your kid. Sure not. All right, so let me get this thing going. We going over to the other channel at 3:45. 3:45. It's already set at the other channel. Oh, so 27, Darren, are you coming up here for what?
I'm coming here to talk about the subject you're talking about. What you
Okay, go ahead, 27,
talking
Darren.
about?
How you doing?
Uh, How you doing?
I'm amazing. Go ahead, Miss 27, Darren.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out who you mad at, Anton Corey Holcomb. Which one
I'm
you
just
going
giving
off
my
on?
opinion on the two situations. On the situation, I'm not mad at anybody. I don't have a dog in the
Because you've
fight.
been dealing with both of them now, so I'm trying to figure out whose side you got the most.
No, no,
That's
no.
all I'm trying to
There's,
figure out.
there's no sides in this at all. This is just me
It seems like you
critiquing what
more
happened.
mad at Anton than Corey. You know, listen, I fucks with Corey. Corey did it, was doing his thing and whatnot. And that sucking D thing and whatnot was fucked up on Anton part or whatnot. But
Can
you
you
know,
not curse, please, ma'am?
also,
Ma'am.
Corey.
All right, let me just let you go. I'm not gonna come up here and listen to somebody who drunk and don't want to listen to nothing I'm saying. This is why you can't have a conversation with these people. They want to come on your panel and just disregard everything I'm saying. Do you not hear me saying, ma'am, ma'am? Do you not hear me answer your questions and say, I don't have a problem with these people? And then you go right back to telling me it seemed like you had a problem with this person. So clearly you don't want to talk to me. So you can go on your panel and just state your opinion on your panel. I don't need you to come over here for me to sit and listen to you tell me your opinion on my panel. I don't want to hear that. Go over to your panel, say whatever you feel on your panel, and that's called YouTube. You want to come over here on my panel and push your narratives on my panel. That's stupid. No, thank you. That's what they all do. Excuse me, ma'am, trying to have a civilized conversation. And then you wonder why somebody get to shouting and calling you out your name. Because it's like, God, dog, do you not hear me trying to talk to you? You hit my link. And now I can't say nothing on my own link. Tupac say, you wonder why they call you. And bitch, when somebody call you a bitch, it's because of your behavior. That's what people don't understand. That used to be able to describe somebody's behavior. Stop acting like a bitch. That's what people used to tell you. She said she want to talk about the topic at hand, and then most the conversation turned into me. Well, I think you mad at this person, and you mad. Wait a minute, I thought you were talking about the topic at hand. You okay? Well, you got me rolling right now. I'm just saying. I thought she coming to talk about the topic at hand, and then she go straight to talking about me. Yeah, you wonder why they call you. Everybody want a pity party for Anton now. He ain't gonna get one, and I'm about to show you in 1 minute why he ain't gonna get one. Everybody go over to my other channel, please. Go over to Kwame Brown Bus Life. Kwame Brown Bus Life. It starts in 1 minute. Hold on, Carcino done jumped on the link. Hold on. Cino, what's going on? Let me take
Hey,
this
what's
down.
up?
Not much. I got a live on my other channel. I'm about to break down why he don't get no sympathy because he talked about other people's children too.
That's what I was trying to say. I was trying to tell them all that. I just did a live and I was showing some clips from what you did like last night. I was like, now everybody was coming at you, and I'm like, man, what is going on around here? What you mad at Kwame for? They did the same thing to me. You were praising Anton. I'm like, look, I barely know of Anton. I was like, one, I barely know of him. And I was like, some of the things he was talking about, I agree with. I think we talked about squatters or some video. I was like, he was right. Then when he was talking about Gil and all this stuff, I'm like, but I'm not somebody that watches his content constantly. I mostly hear about him sometimes from KB. But I'm like, this is an incident. We reporting on what's happening. And I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with us. So I'm like, we're
But
reporting on behavior.
I'm somebody who is familiar with his content because he gets
Right,
into politics and stuff like that, and we share some of the same opinions on some of that stuff. So this is not me coming from a hateful position.
right.
And plus, I seen the way he handled the situation with Gil. Gil was talking about my children. Gil was talking about my deceased mother. Gil
Mm-hmm.
was talking about all these different things, and guess what he said? I like Gil.
Yep.
So if you're gonna call people Neanderthals and you're gonna place yourself above a person intellectually, and you're saying that you're just a better overall person, then shouldn't you act a certain way when you're engaging with those people?
Yes. Or if don't get in the water with sharks. I mean,
Right.
this man is a comedian. That's why I told him, I was like, dude, this is a comedian. None off grounds for comedians. None out of bounds. I'm like, dude, when you was in school, they had everybody do the dozens. They making fun of people mama 24/7. Your mama jokes was flying around all 24/7. They was like, man, yo, sister teeth so yellow, boy, I can't believe it's not butter. No, they would dish you. They would dish you all the way to the end. They'd be, man, your sister got 2 feet growing out her titties. The bitch fell down and kept running. I'll be like, they will talk about your entire family tree. There was nothing off limits. So now all of a sudden,
He just was trying to have smoke with everybody. When I first went viral, it was plenty comedians came at me. Godfrey, all of them. Do you think I
mhm,
responded to Godfrey in a way like I was gonna joke with him. Hell no. I'm
Right.
not gonna joke with somebody that do this by trade. Are you crazy? I'm staying in my lane.
Exactly. Right. They do this for a living. You can't, you wanted to match that energy because you never, like he said, you never wanted to answer the question. That's
Yep.
what got him off his square. And
Yep.
they was like, he playing, Anton playing chess. I'm like, no, it ain't. I was like, it ain't chess when everybody can see your moves and you know exactly what he gonna do. I'm like, this dude playing tic-tac-toe. It's like we know exactly what he was doing.
He said you did roast Pierre. I guess I didn't think he was a good comic.
Pierre's, I mean, if you ask anybody, they'll tell you Pierre's not that funny. He might got one or two lines, but he can't have a special. You know, he just kind of got to open up, or you give him 5-10 minutes on the stage. But that's about as far as Pierre was gonna go. He got some funny moments, but that's just it. He can't have no show, no special. So I know plenty of people that went to his show. And I was like, that's why he got popped. Because, I mean, Pierre's got that light skin tendency. You know, he started mouthing off and going crazy. He even joked about it. That's how he got shot, running off at the mouth. He was like, I was talking tough, man. I was talking bad. And that dude popped me right in the leg. I was like, yeah, that'll do it.
But he ain't let nobody punk him though.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, they act like somebody gonna put on their tombstone. He has lied to dudes that match energy and didn't let nobody punk him.
Yep. But
Sometimes the best thing to do is just leave well enough alone.
that's what I said. You better leave that boy alone. You don't want to get that boy gone. That's what I'm saying, man. Corey, I was like, dude, you gotta understand. Corey done been in fights. People done tried to fight Corey at comedy clubs. It's been all kind of crazy. He got to deal with that 24/7, baby mama drama, all of it. He didn't deal with all this stuff in the real world. Anton,
Right.
you don't deal with this. you don't want to mess with somebody in that space. And I like they deal with this a hostile crowd and stuff like that all the time. That's work.
Mhm.
You do it from a safe space, and now when you start playing this, I'm gonna play the victim card.
Not even a safe space, Cino, because it ain't always safe. I would say a more controlled environment. Because a studio and stuff like that ain't the streets. That's a controlled environment. But
Right.
if they walked outside, it still could have went bad. If somebody would have pulled out a gun.
Yeah, but he had his bodyguard with him. They wasn't gonna do that there because they
Right.
had too much to risk, and he knew that. That's why he
But
acted
guess
the way
what
he did.
though? In California, a lot of people think that they done pulled up at the Beverly Center and done dealt with some people in front of that. So it ain't always gonna be. You can't always go off in California about thinking just because you got security. They'll run up on you 40 deep in LA with your security. They don't care. Some of
That
that
is,
stuff that Whack 100 be talking about when he say they'll pull up 40 deep, they be having to get the riot squad. I done seen it. You tell the wrong guy you can't get into the club, and it's a celebrity star-studded night, and they get offended because they somebody high ranking. They'll send 40 crash outs to rush the door, and they'll shut down the party. They'll have to get the riot squad and helicopters to deal with these guys.
mm, that's
LA
just
is a different animal, man. I'm telling you.
yep, and that's why I don't like LA. I don't like LA at all. I do not like going to LA. I was like, I didn't like the vibe. They was like, man, you ain't been to the real LA. I'm like, man, I done been all over LA and don't like it. I like it. It's just not my vibe. I like San Diego better. I like Diego. LA just not my vibe at all.
Yeah,
But
they got their own rules, and that's why I say Anton and the guys that follow Anton, you just got to be smarter because you can think that you dealing with one person, especially out there in LA, especially out there in Arizona. You hit the wrong person. You might hit the mafia's kid. You might hit somebody that's the son of a big gangbanger. You never know. You win that battle right there, but you done stepped into that quicksand because now everywhere you go, you got to be on point or it's over with.
yep. And just like this possible lawsuit crap that they talk, he don't have any grounds. He can't sue. I'm like, if he sue, that's gonna be a PR nightmare for him. Two, if he does take that route, Corey never mentioned the girl's name. He never mentioned the daughter's name. And then the picture that he showed is a public photo. He never mentions Anton's name at all. He called him Futon. So they called him Futon the whole time he was talking. He never mentioned him by name. So the fact that he's saying your daughter and he just showed a picture, he never said the girl's name. He just showed a public picture that's probably already posted online somewhere. So it's going to be the legal ramifications for that. It's going to be a gray area there. But see, if Anton sues, he's going to have to back up everything that he said in the video. Because you said in the video, you pulled the daughter out of school, you had to take her to some mental classes. Now you have to prove that you did all of these things prior to that video. So you can't go and decide I'm going to file a lawsuit now and then try to settle it out in court or something, because the defense lawyer are going to go to see, they're going to talk to the principal to see that you did pull that kid out of school at that time. They're going to say, oh, the wife took her to therapy class. Who's the therapist? We're going to interview the therapist and see what happened there. When did the session start? Now, if the session starts way before and you made the video saying that your wife had already did this, you was lying. So he really don't want to go down that road, because your daughter is old enough to take the stand. She's over 10. She's old enough to get on the stand. So do you want your daughter on a stand? You're going to put your family through a whole bunch of stuff. Plus, your wife already made a video. You should be mad at your wife for making that video talking about you like that. With that grandma wig on, that passed down wig. That wig looked like it's been passed down through her great grandma used to wear that wig that she had on in that video, saying you got multiple personalities. Yeah. Dude, did you see that wig? That's the wig that you find under your grandma baby. Grandma found your wig. Here's one of your wigs. You see that wig his wife had on? That's an all-purpose wig. You can use that and dust everything in there. They throw that in the washing machine, shake it off, dry it out, and put it right back on. All-purpose wig. Yeah. I know. Yep, crazy time. I know that, man. He need to be mad. She was up there talking about, man, you don't know which Anton you're gonna get. He just go from 0 to 100, just get mad out of nowhere, and he's a whole nother person. I'm like, well, damn. I'll be more mad at my wife than Corey Holcomb. I'll be mad at my wife for making a video like that. Like, what the purpose of you making a video like that talking about me like this?
Right. Oh my God. You talking about that video?
Yeah, with the wife.
Man, that was the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. Hold on, let me put an overlay up because somebody in the background. Hold up. Let me put this overlay up. I don't know who this is. But yeah, that was the dumbest thing in the world with that. Why would his wife say that about him?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He need to be mad at her. Now I told you about that wig she had on. I told her that was her great grandmama wig she had on her head.
Shit. And guess what? He can't say it's wrong to talk about his wife because with the Israelite guys, he called their wives ugly and stank.
Yep. He definitely did that.
So your wife in the game too. So there's no excuse. But that his wife seemed like she was trying to tell somebody something. He got multiple personalities. I'm like, wait a minute. Why his wife is basically saying he like a schizo.
Yeah. So that they will definitely play that video in court if he try to sue. If he try to sue, they definitely would play that video in court. And once they play that video in court, that's what I'm saying. He ain't gonna want to go through that process. That process will be hell. Because Corey
who's Day Quill? We got Day something up here.
Daquel. How y'all doing, fellas?
Good. What's going on?
It's good. So is Anton really suing?
It sounds like it, but we don't. He
No,
haven't
he
officially
hasn't.
said.
He's saying he's considering his option. My opinion, his move is to do the threat of suing. This was just his response to get the
But y'all
attention
see
from.
how
But I don't see.
hypocritical that sound? Saying you would beat up somebody and then when they put up a picture, you sue. So imagine if Corey would have hit him. This was his plan all along, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
So Corey did the
That
right
was
thing.
the thing. Well, here's the thing, though. I wouldn't, me personally, I won't use women and kids. Like Gil for one. Like me and him been going at it for 4 years, back and forth. Not once that me or I think Kwame. I don't think Kwame ever did it either. Talk about any of his kids or his wife or anything. We never did that. His mother, his father. We ain't talking about none of that.
Now I say Melelelele, but I say she attractive. I don't say nothing negative about his wife.
Right. We
No,
ain't
but
said
one thing,
nothing
y'all
negative.
absolutely right. Kwame and Sino, y'all won't do that. But Corey has been doing this. I'm subscribed to the
Exactly.
5150 show. I see everything. Corey does this to people.
I
He brings
believe
up
it.
So
family, he
let me
brings
ask you
up
this.
kids.
Let me ask you this, young blood. If Anton studied Corey, would he notice that he does this type of stuff?
That's what he should know
Exactly.
if he study him. But my thing is, don't threaten to fight and go outside and then you sue over pictures. That's like it don't seem right. It seemed like you wanted him to fight you, so when he fought you, you could do this all along, sue him. This is corny. And
Well, yeah, that's
to
you
all the
right. It's
detractors,
cool.
to yeah, to all the detractors saying, "Oh, Corey got owned and all that." Look what Anton's doing. I'm glad Corey didn't fight that man.
I'm glad he didn't either, because then you risk suspension on YouTube. Your whole thing is messed up. Your platform. You don't want to do all that.
Yeah,
So
and then you got to deal with a lawsuit after.
right. It's gonna be, because if he gets his ass whooped, he gonna sue.
Now that's 100% fact.
So if he got his ass whooped, he is definitely.
I believe if he won the fight, he wouldn't have sued. He would have capitalized off of it. He would have ran up a bag. If Corey would have just squirreled him when he walked over there and he fell out the chair out cold, he's suing.
Oh yeah. So that would have definitely went that way. Plus, he got knocked out in front of the chick he brought too. That ain't gonna go over well with him.
Yeah, he talking all this Christian stuff, but he obviously bring that girl there so he could smash, and he married. So Anton just looking, I don't know. I see it differently than other people. I think he looked fake.
I know. Well, that's what I call him, a coin. Christian only in name. You're a coin.
Yeah, I just think it looked weak. You trying to sue a man for some pictures, and I wouldn't have did it either. I don't bring up people, children. Women is different.
Right.
You grown men, you grown woman, you can get it, but children, I don't do that. The children stuff.
Right. But see, a comedian, they talk about people dead. They be at funerals joking about the person in the casket. They didn't did that like all the time. All the comedians, if one comedian died, they'd be standing over him and they'd be cracking jokes. They were like, "Look, this is the quietest his ass has ever been." They be sitting over his casket just.
That's fucked up.
No, but that's
That's
serious. That's
funny
what
as shit.
comedians do. That's what make jokes funny. When the jokes be more funny when you don't want to laugh at them, but you got no choice because it's just that funny.
Yeah,
That's what
but
make
that's
jokes
what
funny.
comedians do, because they live in a like Craig was saying, like we live in an abstract world. So the words are different to us. Like we throw words back like all the time. That's what Craig said. So he's like, he don't understand it because he's not a comedian. So
Oh
he
man, y'all done, hold on, Sino. You done started a shitstorm in the chat. They like, we talked about his parents. We talked about this. See, they don't want to hit the link to have dialogue about. They don't understand when we mentioned that Gil mentioned my mother and he said all this. The mama's cooking was rotten, and we mentioned what his parent situation was and how his mother didn't raise him. That's not talking bad about his parents. That's giving an explanation of why he's behaving the way he behaved.
And
so
yeah, Kwame, because to
I the
chat,
one praised his mother. And so I had to defend his mother to him. He the one shits on his own mother.
And yeah, chat, because Kwame never disrespected his mother.
No.
He said he was a backseat baby. That's the most he said.
Yeah.
And that's not disrespecting your mother.
No,
He disrespected his mother more than anybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gil disrespects his mother like you would never believe. He was F her. I'm like, so he still has unresolved issues that pins from his mother. He thinks she abandoned him, but she was really saving his life. I had discussions with this man in the chat trying to get him to understand what his mother was doing. He didn't even know his mother was an athlete like that. And that she gave up her career to have him really.
Yeah.
She was going to the Olympics. She was that good. And track and field and everything. So he was, man, I didn't even know that. And he was like, I'm going to ask my dad. I was like, yeah, she was on her way. I was like, her parents asked her to get an abortion. Told her to get an abortion and work, go focus on her career. But she was like Gil. She's stubborn. She didn't want to listen. So she was like, nah, I'm going to have my baby. She moved out, had the baby, and was living on her own. And then life got hard. And she watching all her friends go out and do things. And, life got hard. And she fell into drugs, and that stuff happens.
And chat, stop bringing up Gil. This is not a free clout channel. We're not giving him no energy. We're not even trying to bring him up. Right. It's about Corey and Anton right now. Yeah, we're not talking about Gil.
And the bad thing about Anton is
that's exactly what I was about to come off camera mute and say. Thank you.
Yeah. So
all that Gil talk.
Yeah, and about Anton here's the thing. Once the show was over, he couldn't wait to go live again and talk gangster. He was Machiavelli, Anton, right after the show was over.
When he was talking to Yuck Mouth. Oh yeah, he was gangster.
Yeah, we could have went outside. I was right there. I'm like, yo, let's go outside. He ain't want it. He was shaking. I was this man out of man. Do this. I was like, dude, you talking.
He said I would have beat the shit out of Corey.
Yeah, that's what he said. I'm like, dude, you can't really sue because you sitting there antagonizing him after the show. So now that Corey comes back to respond to what you was just saying to him right then and there, talking about you finna do this and all that. That's what Corey said. You know what? Thank you for not beating my ass. All right. You want to do it that way? But he never even mentioned your name by name. So by law, when you try to sue, he never mentioned your daughter's name and he never mentioned your name. That's going to mean something in a court of law.
And not even that, even with the shaking part, like if y'all ever been real mad, you shake because you trying to stop yourself from doing something.
Oh yeah, that's adrenaline. That's adrenaline. Yeah. Some people like me, that happens with me a lot. My adrenaline gets so pumped, well, I'll be ready to go, take off. I'm like,
I done got so mad I was shaking. That don't mean I'm scared. That just means like I'm trying to control my emotions, but I really can't.
Man, I know grown men that'll cry and beat your ass. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That don't mean nothing. You shaking. Like, Anton, stop.
But y'all gotta hear how Anton give it up when he talking about someone's wife and someone's kid. So let's toggle over to my other channel. Let me end this one because it was such a long gap that I wasn't talking. Let's go over to my other channel. I already got the video queued up, and we can go over that video real quick.
You dropping the link in that other channel?
Yeah, I'll drop the link over there.
I bet.
All right.